So I just sat here for about 5, 7 minutes, and I was gonna make. I had this video going on, and I was going to name the guy who ran for Senate in Florida back in 2018, and lost, and then got caught in a hotel room with crystallized methamphetamines, photographic evidence of him with like transsexual prostitutes that he had hired in an orgy after he lost the election. Well, I tried to find his name, and I'm searching and I'm searching and I'm searching this, and they don't want to tell me his name until I remembered it. His name is Andrew Gillium. Andrew Gillium. That's his name. I'm putting it back on the internet. He's Andrew Gilliam. He's that guy who the Democrats definitely knew was a meth head addict and a whoremonger on top of it, that could never be trusted to be in the Senate, would definitely be compromised. Probably even worse than Hunter Biden. Okay? But caught in the hotel room, and it's like, hey, Democrat Party, what kind of vetting process did you put Andrew Gilliam through? How could you have possibly missed his meth addiction and his whoremongering status? Those are kind of easy to spot afterwards. Shit, there's telltale signs. Somebody's hair is messed up. Their eyes look like this. They scratch their face, that kind of thing. That's how you tell it. So, anyways, there's that, Andrew Gilliam. My memory beat the internet censorship. Oh, and I mean it. Ooh, it devastated it. Okay, I'm going to switch now. We're going to switch tracks to China, and how China finally had to do one little thing that they didn't want to, which is called pay tariffs to do business in my country. And they just couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle it. Threatening, making more threats. I'm going to get you in the South China Sea. Oh, you're going to be so sorry. And like Iran would come around, we're going to hit you with something that you've never seen. We've got all this. You're going to be blown away. And like China's like, yeah, Iran, yeah, because you're my proxy bitch. Yeah, and the Ayatollah's Xi Jinping's bitch. So yeah, and we're going to. They released the coronavirus. It's called biological fucking warfare, people. How did the Democrats miss the fact that that's biological warfare? Yeah, you weaponized the bat flu in a level 5 bioengineering laboratory. Okay, you created this particular COVID. And because the Chinese were so upset about having to do one little thing they didn't want to do, they threw the biggest tantrum the globe has ever seen in modern times, and tried to bring back the plague. Just like the Mongolians were responsible for, hurtling, catapulting dead bodies over the walls to the Italians and infecting them with the Black Plague, and the rats got on the ships and project. They tried to do it again. Except the communists suck at building things. They really suck at creating anything. So the flu is not the Black Plague. It's, but we need to retaliate. We cannot allow, Mr. President, we cannot allow a biological warfare gap. And what we need to do is we need to get the DARPA agency, the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. I don't know what they do, but it sounds great. Bring them into the fold. Go to the Pentagon and get all those Pentagon pricks bring them into the fold and go, all right, listen up, we're in the huddle. Okay, I got this great idea. We got to retaliate against the Chinese, and we have to do a tit for tat. But we're going to one up these sons of bitches like you've never seen. We're going to take bacterial meningitis. We're going to splice it with bone cancer and Ebola. And then we're going to use the Han Chinese genome, and we're going to go genocidal on these motherfuckers to where it only attacks and infects the Han Chinese ethnic group. Perfect? We'll get Andrew Yang and all of his Chinese spies. We'll arrest all of them, and we'll just infect them with this virus and send them on planes to China so that they can get off and infect all of Beijing and all. Won't ever have to worry about the Chinese Communist Party again. And I, for one, think that that's a fair trade. Another person whose name they still have her name on the internet. Her name is Stacey Abrams. And I am convinced, after researching the man known as Idi Amin from Uganda, the butcher of Uganda, who had the gap in his teeth, in his top front teeth. I've seen that in people. And it's always, there's a specific type of it that is hereditary. And it always is this symbol. It's a sign that the person is mentally unstable to the hilt. Okay. A lot of problems with people with that particular gap. She's got it. She's the bastard love child of Idi Amin. That's why she's so pissed off and sucks so bad. And has to, okay, why? Why does she suck so bad? Because she can't win without cheating. It's like, okay, everybody, it was Andrew Yang and her and Warnok, Raphael Warnok, and the fake name Warnok, yeah. Social war, open up. Did you order a social war? Burglar. Fuck you, Warnok. And fuck whatever horse you rode in on from whatever BFE country you were really born in. I ought to beat the shit right out of you. So Warnock's an asshole. Abrams lost, but I didn't lose, and has been going about creating this con in Georgia. It became her calling to con the state of Georgia and flip it blue. So they're like, everybody, all the Democrat activists, which is like most of them, everybody, come on and vacation here in Georgia during the week when they have the runoff election and vote. That's illegal. Andrew Yang did it too. Sure, why don't you just come from out of state when you're not a resident of Georgia? Fly in here for a fake vacation where it's really just you're going to illegally vote in the runoff election to try to flip the state blue because Stacey Abrams has been working on this con, and her whole career is riding on it. So please, won't you? Okay, there's that. So what are we on to now? Oh, well, let's keep going with Warnock. This guy's a total piece of shit. He goes to the same church. Wasn't he that church, quote unquote, Christian church that Obama was a parishioner of as well, where the guys up there, and you got Raphael Warnok up there like, fuck America, fuck America. You know, he's like a fucking psychic vampire or something, like possessed by the devil, you know, and has it in so bad for he's got it in so bad for Whitey, and Whitey's what he thinks is Whitey's country, America. And Jesus Christ, he's so racist. Forgive me, Lord. He's such a racist piece of shit. If you ever listen to some of the stuff that he talked about, and it's not just whites, it's Jews too. It's like, okay, where'd the anti-Semitism come from? I wonder what kind of skeletons are in your closet, Andrew Gillium. I mean, Raphael Warnock. Are you having sex with men and addicted to crystal methamphetamine too? That's just for starters, isn't it? I ought to fly down to Georgia for the election and beat you with a fucking cane. Yeah. Warnok. Social war. Fake name, God. And how do you know that the election's a fraud? It's still going on. It's December 20th. I think I said this before. It's December 21st. And the election was supposed to be over on the morning of the 4th of November. It was 2 months ago. But no, they've been down there frauding because the word went out. It's going to be Georgia. Yeah. Stole every other Senate seat successfully, like Pennsylvania and North Carolina. Yeah. So go to Georgia because this is where we're going to con ourselves into the Senate majority. And it's like, can we get the Supreme Court to do something about this fucking now? Or the military to come set up a tribunal so that we can finally try these terrorist traitors and put them in Leavenworth or execute them for being enemies of the country, legitimate enemy combatants, okay? Because that's all it would take. Yeah. Who's gonna lob it in there for me? It's really easy, Supreme Court. Come on, military. Right? Because if you don't, you're gonna force me to do it, and I'll do it single-handedly in like a few hours and make you guys look so bad. I mean, make you guys look so worse than you looked in Iraq for all this. You know the thing about Iraq, and how you know Bush Jr. is a piece of shit too? His policy in the Iraq War was the first year they went in there, they got there initially and they had a commanding general, who oversaw and had a plan, like a plan that he was doing. And then after a year, regardless of whether the guy was performing good or not, they'd remove that commanding general and put a brand new commanding general for the next year. And it's like, so that's why you had these severe changes in military policy and like the rules of engagement or whatever. When we first went there, Bush was going shock and awe. It's going to be like 2 years at the most. We're just going to go in there and shock and awe them, and their jaws will hit the sand, and they won't know what to do. And it was like, you're looking, how long? It's like, well, new general comes in, and okay, we're not doing shock and awe anymore. No, we're going to now hold elections. You're stupid. You're going to hold elections? Who are you going to elect? You know, Karzai or some crap? Just put the guy into power. They had women, Muslim women who have no rights and are like about worth as much as an ass, dipping their thumbs into the blue ink, which is like permanent ink, thereby marking them for death as an infidel. Why did you do that? Because Bush is stupid. He should have. The thing is, if the general's in there and he's doing a good job and he's winning and getting success, you leave him there to finish it. Don't be like, you're fired, we're going to get, Joe Blow Biden to run the fucking thing for the next year. Because they wanted their generals to get experience. That's it. That was the excuse. No, you wanted to bungle the war. Yes, you did. And you did a great job of it. To where then you had Obama come in. And Obama's like, okay, take Baghdad, guys. Go, military. And they did. He's like, withdraw from Baghdad. Why? We just took it. Shut up and follow orders. You stupid military grunt idiot. Like, okay, I guess we're pulling out of Baghdad. And then a couple months later, retake Baghdad. Why? We did that once already. Some of us died doing that. Then when we get it, when we're in possession of it, and Fallujah did the same thing with Fallujah, to where now we have to lose more men fighting for the same fucking piece of land that we already took. Yeah, and do it again. Pull out and go back in. And it's like, Obama, you're just trying to get as many American service members. You're murdering American service members on purpose. You should have been fragged. Obama should have been hung for that. And he still needs to be hung for that. But it would take a GD military tribunal. So where the fuck are they? You know, they didn't let me in the military because the Democrats did some paperwork on my permanent record. They're never going to take me. They hate the civilians. It's like, oh, the civilians, oh, they're such assholes. Oh, I hate them. They're so ungrateful and stupid and lazy. And, you know, it's like, fuck you too, right? It's like not impressed with your prowess, you know, your bad leadership. But anyway, it's like, where the hell are they? Military is great because you can always expect more of them, more sacrifice. Where the fuck are they to do the damn job? Because really, I can't. But don't forget, Andrew Gillium kept that all a secret. Didn't find it necessary to withdraw from the race for the United States Senate due to his personal problems, due to his compromised nature. Kept it a secret and tried to win. You know, if he'd have won, what kind of a senator, what kind of hell would he have unleashed on the red state of Florida? It's like, well, what type of hell would you expect out of somebody with a fake name like Raphael Warnok, who's done nothing but fuck America the whole time he's been here? What do you expect those people to do for you? Fuck you. It's what they're going to do. Yeah, if you're that ethically and morally compromised, I don't put anything past you. And Raphael Warnok smells like Gillium. Not literally smells like him, but I'm getting the same odor of this guy has skeletons in his closet. The kind of skeletons that can only be beat out of someone. Oh man, let's see if I can find it. Well, they never should have used violence against me when I was a child. It took a long time to indoctrinate me with violence to where I use it, but it happened. They did it. They attacked me and hurt me enough times in their institutions, damn leftists, and laughed about it afterwards. To where I'm no stranger to it, to being a victim of it, and they're scared to death that the shoe's going to land on the other foot. They really are. So, what am I reading? I'm trying to read a parable. This poor Bible. I'll just give you this one. A certain creditor had two debtors. One owed 500 denarii and the other 50. When they could not pay, he forgave them both. Now which of them will love him more? Simon answered, the one, I suppose, to whom he forgave more. He said to him, you have judged rightly. Judge not, and you will not be judged. Condemn not, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Right? Ooh, that's hard to hear when you're talking about a Raphael Warnok. Forgive him only after he's dealt with. Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, who shall prepare thy way before thee. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Ah, uh-huh. And behold, a lawyer stood up to put him to the test, saying, Teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? He said to him, What is written in the law? How do you read? And he answered, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself. He said to him, You have answered right. Do this, and you will live. I'm repeating this again. I have a video of this same thing. But he, desiring to justify himself, said to Jesus, And who is my neighbor? Jesus replied, A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he fell among robbers, who stripped him and beat him, and departed, leaving him half dead. Now by chance a priest was going down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. So likewise a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he journeyed, came to where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion, and went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. And then he set him on his own beast, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him. And the next day he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper, saying, Take care of him, and whatever more you spend, I will repay you when I come back. Which of these 3 do you think proved neighbor to the man who fell among the robbers? The man who showed mercy on him. And Jesus said to him, Go and do likewise. Yes. So, there's that good, forgive if you can. But, what's the best, the closest you can come to the Christianity, and that's why it's a good thing, why it tempers me, and why I'm not a Muslim, is that it says, if you come across a man who is an unrepentant sinner and will not repent, have nothing to do with him. And on top of that, Paul says to pray for them. Pray for your enemies. Because that is it is the same as heaping burning hot coals upon their head. So Lord, I pray for Raphael, Warnok, and Joe, whoever. And I pray for the Bidens, the whole family. And I pray for Andrew Gillium. Amen. Watch out for those burning hot coals. But the kind of shit that this Warnok guy has been saying is the kind of shit that gets you into a position with me and any other red-blooded American where you get the shit kicked out of you. I don't care if you're gonna get hurt with the whole fuck America thing. Okay, before I check out of this world, I'm gonna burn the Palestinian flag and I'm gonna burn the Iranian flag. Okay, and I'm gonna wear gloves when I touch the flags because they're disgusting. Just disgusting. So I don't want to actually touch it. Okay, I'll get it on a stick, and I'll burn the Palestinian flag, and then I'll burn the Iranian flag, and I'll put it on YouTube for you. It might take a while because I'm lazy when it comes to these things. Okay, bye-bye. I gotta go.